I was seated at home and watched Caroline talking about, what was it called? Disruption, right? And at that time, I had just left employment to spend more time with my family, right? I had been working as an international staff, an expert for many years, but I needed some disruption in my life. And the best place I decided to start was Centonomy. I went through the entrepreneurship class. I'm probably an alumni, same cohort with all of us, so I also graduated today. But I felt that this class, yes, is important, but who am I? I'm in the service industry. I am a consultant, so I need these specific skill sets to ensure that I have an edge, especially in this new field I'm getting into. I don't know how many of you in this room had ever heard of this child safeguarding.
No.
It's quite a new trend in Kenya, but it's a big thing world over in the developed world, let's say. So it's something that I felt that I need to put an entrepreneurial backing to it. See, we can make money through this thing. Yeah? So this is where I began. And one of the biggest challenges, and I thank God for coming to the pricing for consultants. I think one of the biggest challenges is, so what price should what package, what price should people pay for my services? I didn't have that in my mind, and I think that's a big problem for those of us who are in the service industry. It's the packaging. What price should they pay for my time? And consultancy is about time, because that's what you're selling. So initially when I walked into the class, I came in to get that edge, that price, the premium price for my services. I remember the first class, we tried to determine this. And one thing I think I learned was that, prices, you can't value your time. Maybe to you might be this valuable. Maybe to others, they might not understand the value of maybe a father taking care of a child, as a parent. But for you, you might understand this, but you need to put it across, and this person needs to pay me for it, right? So the first class, we went through understanding the different models of pricing. And the basic one, which I think all of us had in that class had subscribed to, is the hourly rate. So I'm worth 2,000. The lawyers in the room can tell us, because they charge a premium. Some pay up to 20,000, or you show up there for an hour, you part with 20K. So you price that hourly rate. Then from the hourly rate, you can get your daily rate, right? And of course, weekly, depending on the number of hours that you have put in. However, there are other things that are quite important. Operations. As a consultant, or if you're in the service industry, you must have moved from point 1 to point B, transport costs. Maybe you have an office at Upper Hill, 7th floor. You need to pay for your rent. You have marketing, right? You put social media ads. You have to pay for this. Maybe you also have events that you're also doing, So there must be a process. So what I learned is that first, before calculating your price, you need to know how much you're operating on. What are your costs? And then if you know your costs, you can put a profit margin on top of your costs. For example, if you're running costs per day, or let's say per month, are 40K, right? So, and what is your margin of profit? Maybe it's 10K, 10%, or 15%, or 20%. That's where you can play. But the bottom line, as pricing for consultants or for services, is to be able to understand what is the least amount of money you can be able to charge. And that is your operating costs. Meaning you can operate, go to work, you give your services, but not below this amount of money. So this is something I learned. For me, that is one take-off. And after that, I was willing to leave the class, because you have learned what pricing for consultants. Hata walikuwa wametuambia tulipe na installments. Inaweza toka hapo hizo installments za pili. But Centonomy pricing for consultants is special. We had an opportunity to get to the next level, which is, for me, I think is value. This is where the rubber met the road. Talent acquisition. Guys, I don't think there is anything as important as talent. Maybe the people that you're going to bring in to help you. So who is this? Especially as a consultant, you are calling yourself director, right? You're calling yourself CEO. You're calling yourself founder. On my business card, my title is actually Child Safeguarding Trailblazer. So this is, and I feel nice when I present myself in this way. However, there is someone who can do it better than you. Someone who can do it in accounts, let's say, taxation. I don't want to confess what I've been doing, but especially working outside the country as an expert, you don't get to engage with these taxmen. But I realize it's quite key. If I'm trying to set up now, I need to ensure I get someone who can work with through the process. However, as a consultant, you have to then determine who comes on board first. Is it the marketer? Is it the business development guy? And if you're getting an accountant, are you paying them on a full-time contract? Is it a consultancy? So you need to understand the process of talent acquisition. And you have to understand it in a way that works for you. Quick thing I learned, billable and non-billable employees. The ones who are billed, the ones who go out there and talk to the client directly and are able to even impact how the money comes through. And then the non-billable, for example, the receptionist sits in the background, doesn't get that maybe time, or the accountant is always in the background, but quite key. And you have to get a fine mix of ensuring that whoever you're bringing on board is able to first ensure you have your operations well, you have your profitability, and your business is running. We had quite a good example of, should I get a marketing or a business development officer? Someone who will drive my business. So it's a mix. So I think this was quite key for me, quite a big eye-opener. Talent acquisition. You have to put in the hard work. You have to ensure you vet, ensure you go through the process. You have to make sure that they are able to deliver and have the culture that you so are hoping to bring out. Then I think another thing, and I think I've mentioned it here, is the marketing and branding, right? You are your brand. Startups like myself here, you're the face of your business. And so you have to really understand what your brand promises. What are you going to deliver at the end of the day? And this new trends that are coming in, you're being innovative with an idea, you're trying to make it an entrepreneurial idea. What's your brand promise? What's your value? Actually, it's called value proposition. What's your value proposition? What are you bringing in? I was in a class with a very excellent lady here. She's called Mwende. Mwende is a sleep therapist. Wale watu wa insomnia. Team insomnia. But she focuses on children. That's what she focuses on. So she has to bring that. What pain will you feel if your child doesn't sleep? Right? She offers that solution. And you're able to pay for this solution at a premium. If a child doesn't sleep for 3-4 days, I don't think any father and mother will sleep as well. So it's quite key. So this is something that I learned in this class. So how do you brand yourself? How do you bring your clients to seal the deal? The process of ensuring that now eventually we are sealing this deal and we're working towards a price, a payment. So that was quite key. And I think this is a punchline: service versus experience. You walk into cages, right?
Yes.
Yeah, for a service or an experience. KJ is offering an experience. You go through that salon or that beauty shop. I go to the salon for obvious reasons. So, we, as consultants, even when you're in the service industry, you're supposed to give an experience. And I got a word for it, transaction versus transformation. So I'm supposed to give you transformation. I work with you through the process of ensuring your organization is safe. You as a parent are aware of what you need to ask for when you get into a school. As a transformation, it's not just a service. It's not just a one-off. For service industry, for consultancy, it's about that experience. So that I was able to understand the value. And yeah, and I think for me, in conclusion, from Centonomy pricing for consultants, one key thing, take home, is pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. The integrates between personal finance and maybe your business, especially when you're doing service industry, sometimes it's very difficult to know hii pesa ni ya kampuni ama hii pesa ni yangu. Mtu, someone has called me on the side, given me, I've given them a service, but maybe it's not tagged to the company. So where does this thing come? Where does it go? So you need to be able to pay yourself first. And just try and separate the money for the company and you as an individual. So that came out quite well. I really appreciate this. Then another thing, and this for me at the end of the day, I think consulting is not a matter of technical ability. You know, I might be standing here in my capacity or with my knowledge of child protection. It's not a matter of my technical capabilities, but a matter of structure for your business. It is the business. You need to learn how to run that business. Your technical expertise are quite good. You know, you might be a very good techie. You know, you're very good in technology and stuff. However, how do you translate it into a business? So, all in all, I think we were here for about a month. We had 3 classes and an extra bonus class on personal finance. I would like to encourage, especially the guys who are in the service industry, that your value is quite key. If you don't know your value, then you're not able, first of all, to price. So you need to understand your value, and I can encourage you to go through such a process. The same transformation that you got through the entrepreneurship class, there is an added value of going through the pricing for consultants. It will open up your mind to seeing yourself, and even to the point of seeing your services as a product. Are we together? You can be able to make your services as a product. For example, for me, I see myself developing a board game, simple board game for parents, right? And in this board game, you can walk through the process of child safeguarding with yourself, as a mother, with your male partner, right? Walk through. That's a product already. So you can translate your service into a product.